Okay, so in the last class, we learned how to declare an array and how to take input on the array. In today's class, we are going to learn that if you have an array that has integer values, how would you add them up while the values are stored in the array? So there's a concept which is called totaling in IGCSE O level or A level computer science, in which we write in pseudocode, we write total arrow total plus let's say value, whatever the value is. And outside the loop or at the beginning of the code, we make total arrow 0. So whenever you're going to calculate average, or even in the question, if it says average only, you know that you have to do the totaling. Okay, so now I'm going to assume that I have an array of marks that has values, that has 10 values, 1 is to 10. Okay, and they are supposed to be added up. So for this, I know that I need to add up. It will be like total should be equal to marks of 1 and then plus marks of 2 plus so on. Okay, and what if you have 50 marks to add? Are you going to write all those, like all this 50 times? So for this, since it is repetition, there's a concept of iteration that we are going to apply over here, which is in this case, like we did in the last class, which is count controlled loop, also known as for to next loop. So what I'm going to do is I am going to assign a value of 0 to total, and then I can say for index. How many values do I have? 10 values, right? And the starting index is 1. I'm going to write 1, 2, 10. Okay. And now I'm going to assume that the values have been added already to the array of marks. Okay. Populated. I don't need to take input from the user. There is one big problem with all the students that they like to take input in every code. No, it's not necessary. Uh, Recently in 15 markers, they have started giving populated arrays, and it's written in the question also. So I'm going to write total arrow total plus mark of index, right? And then I just have to go on to the next index. And then you can output total, or if you want to take average, you will do average arrow total divided by 10, since it has 10 values. And then you can output average. So if you would like to see how this code is running, I'll make some test data for you guys. So this clear. So initially, there is a variable of index in the code, okay? And then there's a variable of uh, marks, okay? And since marks has 10 values in it, so uh, it will be marks of 1, and then marks of 2, and so on. And then there's a value of total, okay? And I know that total is 0 initially. So for index 1 to 10, it means the first value of index is going to be 1. Let's say the first value of marks is 8. Okay. So write in the next statement, if I number these statements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know I have not done the declaration. I'm going to do that, but this is just to explain how totaling is done in a 1D array. So since the initial value of total is 0, and if 8 will be added to it, and since it is inside a loop, total is going to become 8. Now, when it goes to line number 4, next index, it will check whether the index has reached its last value. So index is still not 10, it's just 2. And let's say, just an example, the next value is, let's say, 11. So what will be 8 plus 11? It will be, now the next value will be 19. And then the next index would be 3 and so on. So I hope it's clear.